It's one of those days. I was just scrolling through Twitter and I came across some Reddit's slander. What do these four units have in common? First, it is time for the subscriber challenge. Now, I want you guys to either pick heads or tails. If you win, then you win, but if you lose, then you lose. And if you lose, you have to subscribe because that is the challenge. So pick right now. 3, 2, 1, go. What's it gonna be? It's gonna be tails. So if you picked heads, then you lose, and if you lose, you have to subscribe because that is the challenge. So in general, Raditz, Broly, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and Super Vegito, all four of these units are physical, and that is exactly what they have in common. Now obviously all of them, what they have in common is that all of them are really bad units and they are all physical. But let's go through them and we'll talk about exactly how bad they really are. With this Raditz, I mean, obviously he's the one exception. He is by far the best unit in the game, so there's not much to discuss with him, because people have discussed this guy at length and they have proven that this guy is actually the GOAT of Dokkan. But if we go to Broly, he had potential to be good, he just did not get enough. He just did not get enough. He needed a little bit more to be a top tier unit. What he needed is literally just like 20% damage reduction before transformation and then 30% damage reduction after transformation, and at that point the unit is fixed. But unfortunately they did not do that, and because they did not do that, his defense is not good enough. Because in terms of offense, this guy can put up numbers, especially after you transform. This guy can do like 4 supers with like 8 million plus attack stats. This guy can do damage, but his defense is just not good enough. And he's got a good link set on a good amount of teams, on good teams, but he just did not get enough. If they made him a little bit better, if they added what I said, this guy would have been a top tier option. And the thing is, with this Broly, compared to his counterpart, the Gogeta was so much better with that dodge. Like, his dodge is just so good, and this guy did not get anything to compete with that. This guy is far inferior to the Gogeta, which obviously makes him the worst unit. And not to mention, the Gogeta also has a very good link set. In fact, the Gogeta arguably has an even better link set. It's definitely comparable, both of them have really good link sets. I would give the edge to Gogeta probably, but the point is it's very close. They both have very good link sets. But in terms of the kits, the Gogeta is far better. And this Gogeta's leader skill is far superior to this guy's. In fact, the Movie Hero team individually is one of the best teams in the game. Personally, this specific team I would put at number 2 in Dokkan right now. The point is, this Gogeta is far superior to this Broly. If this Broly got that little bit more, he would be competing with Gogeta, but unfortunately he did not get that, and therefore he is far inferior to the dodge that Gogeta has. And then we have this Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, who pretty much does nothing. Honestly, one thing they could have easily done is let him give defense to the whole rotation, because right now he's giving attack. If he gave defense instead, or both better yet, he'd be substantially better. But even if he gave defense to the whole rotation, even then he would not be fixed, because even then his defense is just not good enough. Honestly, they should have just let him stack defense or something, I don't know. Whatever he got was not enough. Give him guard, give him dodge, give him something. But this is not enough. And the kit is huge, but even with how big this kit is, it was not enough. Like, you can trade half this kit and give him better defensive utility. Trade the additional for better defensive utility. This was just not enough. In the more difficult content, this guy will get destroyed, completely destroyed. And not to mention that he is restricted to certain teams because of his kit. And this Vegeta, compared to his counterpart, was the inferior unit. But even the Goku here wasn't that impressive. Like, the Goku is significantly better, but even the Goku is not even that good. So not only was this Vegeta not good, he was also inferior to his counterpart, who was also not even that good. And then we have this Super Vegeta. And honestly, if someone put a gun to my head saying that, is this guy overrated or underrated? Immediately I would say underrated, but with that said, he is still not impressive. This guy will literally get one shot off a super. That is not good enough. And on top of that, the main thing that this guy is supposed to be doing is damage with those counters, and he doesn't even do good damage. This guy was an L of an easy A, especially for an anniversary. And furthermore, this guy was also inferior to his counterpart, which is STR Super Buu. Now Super Buu, I'm gonna say right now, is overrated without a shadow of a doubt. I think in the future people will realize just how overrated this unit is, but for right now, he is better than Vegito, I'll give you that. He's better than Vegito, but I do stand by the fact that this guy is overrated. But with that said, this guy was also inferior to his counterpart. Literally all of these units over here were all inferior to their counterparts, except Raditz, because Raditz is Chaditz. Jokes aside, this guy is not inferior to his counterpart. That is actually an objective fact, because he has no counterpart, therefore he's not worse than the counterpart. That is a Chaditz W. He is the only one that is not inferior to his counterpart out of the 4 units on this list. In reality, this guy sucks. This guy is really bad. One of the worst releases of all time. He's got a good leader skill, to be fair though, pure science. I mean, you can't argue with that, but aside from that, he will get destroyed everywhere in Dokkan. This guy literally has no purpose. He is awful, and that is that. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, then do subscribe, especially if you fail the challenge, because that is the challenge. Also, do leave a like and comment, because those things do help out, and you'd be doing me a huge solid. With that said, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.